Fred Warner knocked out Marcus Johnson, gave him a concussion. He's in the concussion protocol. This was right before the fight with Ayuk. And what's interesting about that is everyone focused on the fight. And I noticed, I pointed out, like, Marcus is laying down over there. He's still on the ground. He's hurt. Everyone's focused on Warner and Fred and what an important moment it was for the team. Well, it came at the expense of Marcus Johnson. Got hit by a teammate in practice. What do you think?
Well, based on Fred Warner and what we know about Fred Warner, I'm sure he feels pretty bad. I know when you're in the heat of the battle, you're competing. Sometimes you can let things get a little carried away. Your adrenaline's rushing. He just got into it with Ayuk prior to that. So he probably wasn't really being clear-headed in his thought patterns. I'm sure he regrets doing this, but, these kind of mistakes can't happen. I'm not sure, we'll go over Marcus Johnson maybe in a minute. I'm not sure how he's even doing. I haven't heard much about him, but that's kind of irrelevant. It's just unnecessary to hurt a teammate, put him in concussion protocol because you lost your cool. And again, we know Fred Warner's a good guy. Things just probably got a little carried away. I'm sure he regrets it, I would imagine.
What bothered me about it, I'm sure he regrets it now, was that he didn't show any remorse in the moment. In fact, it looked like he was trying to send Brandon Ayuk a message. Like, you don't like the way I practice? Watch this. Do something about it. It was kind of how I took it, because he did it, and then he flexed and looked at Ayuk like, come get some if you want some, which I thought was wrong. But, I mean, a lot of people would say, hey, it's brought out the best in Ayuk, and maybe it has. But poor Marcus Johnson.
Yeah.
Poor Marcus Johnson. I mean, a concussion is serious. This could have lasting effects. So, for example, today, Tarvarius Moore knocks down Jawan Jennings. Jennings catches the ball over the middle. Safety comes in, hits him hard. Shouldn't do that. Immediately picks him up, and they hit each other on the helmet. And it makes it clear, hey, I'm sorry. You're my teammate. We're good. I mean, handle it right there. Really, that's what Fred Warner should have done. But the way I saw it was he was trying to send a message to the offense, which makes it worse. But maybe his methods worked for Ayuk. But, dude, he really owes Marcus Johnson, like, more than an apology.
Yeah, that's tough, especially when a guy like Marcus Johnson who's competing to just make the team.
Yeah.
And now he doesn't have the opportunity to compete.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah, I think Fred Warner's a good guy, and he probably feels bad about it. But, it was a bonehead decision.
I'm sensitive to players like that. I mean, that's Marcus Johnson. That's like the Eric Crockers of the world. The guy who gets invited to camp and really needs to play well and now doesn't get an opportunity because Warner was sending a message to Ayuk like, come on, man. A couple of millionaires. And this is the collateral damage is the camp body. Anyway, Fred Warner learned from it. He seems so mature, but this was a learning experience for guy. Was he 25, 26? Anyway.
Yeah, still young. But, yeah, that's, when you're fighting, I'm guilty of, you're caught up in the moment, the heat of the battle.
Yeah.
You're just competing, and you're not really thinking like as well as you maybe should be. So, I've done things like that in the past. I know Fred Warner's a good guy. Hopefully he learns from it. I'm sure he feels awful. Unfortunate for Marcus Johnson.
Yeah, I wonder if from Warner's perspective, he's thinking, like, this is a football field. He's got to be ready for, he's got to have his head on a swivel and be prepared for a defender to be there, even if I'm not going to hit him as hard. Like, collisions happen. I don't know. Was he not expecting it at all? Anyway, I hope Marcus Johnson's okay and this isn't an issue long term.